Hello, I'm Helen from Journal with Purpose and welcome to my latest YouTube video. Today I'm going to share a flip through of my latest completed Traveller's Notebook insert, and this is the Travellers Company Perpetual Diary, the weekly version, and mine came from Cult Pens. I've been using this form of daily journaling for quite a while now, so the same kind of setup, and I've also bought myself a new one for this year as well, which I've already started using. So they come with a green cover, and I've just decorated mine over the months. It does have a monthly calendar section in the front, which I don't tend to use at all because I don't use this insert for any of my planning. It's just really for jotting down notes at the end of each day. So you always get some space along the left-hand side, the 7 rows for each day of the week, and then you've got a grid side on the right-hand page. And I tend to decorate a bit of my page in advance with some washi tape, perhaps some papers, stickers and stamping, then do my writing, and then right at the end of the week I'll fill in anything here, kind of just a quick summary of the week. And each evening I just jot down a few notes really from that day of main things that have happened, possibly a bit about how I'm feeling. And I really like this because it just feels that there's no pressure at all, because this takes me probably 2 or 3 minutes at most to fill out. And then say on the Sunday on this week I've done that little collage there and just popped some writing about my thoughts of the week, perhaps anything I want to change for the week that's coming up. And I really like playing around with lots of different ephemera, and where possible try and tie it in with the seasons a bit, but that doesn't really matter to me. I also put in photos of any special occasions. This was my daughter's graduation, so popped those in there. And sometimes I include little journaling tags as well. So again, just a little bit more writing space if I want it. And that was a photo, I think, from a meal out we had that week. And if I've not been to any other places particularly that week, then I'll just do some writing, some painting, perhaps use some printables. It's a lovely way to encourage me to get creative and get out a range of supplies each week. And these inserts will cover you for about 6 months of the year, so I really like that as well. I also really enjoy reading back through these at the end of the insert, because I find it amazing how much I've already forgotten just within that 6-month period. So it's just so lovely knowing that it's there and documented. I don't go into lots of detail here. I do have some other journals where if I want more space to write about my thoughts and my feelings and get things off my chest, then I'll pop those in there. And that for me is a really private journal and one that I don't share with anybody. So that could be for things like venting. If there's something I'm frustrated about, something I want to work through, then I put that into, say, a separate journal, which isn't something I would share. Lots of these decorations, these tapes and the images, and these are cut from tapes as well, and they're all from London Gifties. I do have a code for Christine's shop, so I'll make sure I leave that linked down below the video along with this insert as well. And I find the paper holds up really well to watercolour, stamping, brush pens, pretty much anything I can throw at it. And sometimes I have lots I want to write about here, lots of things that have happened or that are kind of on my mind that perhaps I'm a little bit worried about. And other times I just like to get creative and just add a few thoughts down. And so something like this, I keep the decoration really simple. That only took me a few minutes to do, but just ties it in beautifully, and for me makes it more inviting to write on. This was from when we went away for a few days, so I did some blue and yellow watercolour paint to kind of represent the sand and the sea, and then just popped in some photos from our trip. And again, I've got another journal where I did quite a lot more documenting about walks we did, places we saw, but just a nice reminder that that's what we were doing during that week. I often pop in little quotes as well as reminders to myself of things that are important at the time. And again, these were cut from some London Gifties tape. I think this paper and these stickers were from the Daphne's Diary magazine. So I tend to look out for any magazines, leaflets, anything really that I think might work well inside my journal. Again, some more photos here. We went on a trip to Bristol to see my daughter and visited the Christmas market, so it's lovely to have those in here. And then we were approaching December, so we're nearly at the end of this insert. I just love adding all the different decorative elements. These washi tapes are from my new range with Creative Expressions, as well as the stamps. And I did lots of watercolour on here, and again it held up to it really well. It does crinkle the paper a bit when you first put it on, but I find once it's dry, and if you keep it in a journal that's got a cover that's got some kind of closure, they soon flatten out. And then that was right up to Christmas, and jotted some notes down about everything we got up to over that period. And then that took us right up to New Year's Day. And I did have one last spread in there, but I really wanted to be able to take most of the new year into a new insert, so I decided to leave that one page blank. But it's also quite nice knowing that there are spare ones there, so if you really mess up a spread and you don't like it, you've probably got a spare page to play with that you could glue together. And in this cover, I've got another two inserts. One is a plain papered insert, and I've also got a craft insert behind here as well. Well, I really hope that you've enjoyed seeing that and how I document each day in my journal. If you've got any questions, please do leave them down below. I also want to say a massive thank you to everybody who's joined me over on Patreon. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you're doing really well. I look forward to speaking with you really soon in my next video.